I know, what do you get up with that?
That's bullshit.
Don't get anyone else up with me.
I checked my half up once and it was nothing.
It didn't come out.
I was joking.
This guy's bad, eh? Pretty hardy. He's supposed to go in between these.
No, you're supposed to be on the stall.
Yeah, he is pretty bad.
You're supposed to be on the background that's all on.
gentlemen, it is now safe to use approved electronic devices. Cellular phones and two-way pagers must remain turned off at all times during the flight. American Way, our award-winning magazine, is in the seat pocket in front of you. Feel free to take it along with you. The passenger information section of the American Way magazine lists electronic devices that may not be used aboard the aircraft at any time. All American Airlines flights are non-smoking. We appreciate your cooperation. All right. Discontinued use of all electronic devices at this
Wait, what am I? What's that say? On each, like, our everyone want to share with me?
Good New York.
No.
with the One World Alliance.
He's in my car. And then pick them up. That's cool. How much does he pay for that? It's about 2 hours away.
Go out. Guys, wait a moment. Walk this way. Chakras in Yeshiva, I believe it's 7:45. Check with your host. They'll all know what it is. If not, they'll find out.
No, mine doesn't.
They'll find out. They'll find. They'll find out. Call me, all right? All those boys who are in 5th grade and under, you can come back very late tonight. 5th grade and under are not required to come to Shabbos tomorrow. You can daven at home. Okay? The ones that are older that feel they can't come, they should. If they feel they can't come, they also don't have to come. But the younger ones shouldn't come. They'll be very, very tired. It's a very long daven tomorrow. But they should make sure to be there in time tomorrow for after Shabbos. Thinking about 9 o'clock. Well, 9:15, we're going to be going to Rosh Yeshiva.
Where should we meet you?
Bring your luggage. Shabbos is on the right side of the base measure, as it is in the notes I gave you, the papers I gave you. Bring your luggage.
Are you staying at my house?
Bring your luggage to the base measure. We will not be going back. I don't care when you come. You come for Shabbos, you come after Shabbos. We're not going back to get your luggage afterwards.
So
if you don't bring your luggage to Yeshiva, then you go to Bar Park without luggage. Okay? Simple as ABC. Bring your luggage, bring it to the basement of the yeshiva, and remember where you put it. Because the bus is leaving from down the block of the yeshiva, and that's where we get our luggage from. Bring your luggage to yeshiva, it's safe. What's your We'll see what that was.
Save it. Ground zero is right there.
What is this, a cemetery or what?
You see where the cranes are? I think that's ground zero.
I think that's ground zero too.
Boys, ground zero is right over there.
Oh. Where?
By those buildings right there.
Right on
Yes.
the end of it.
Yes. What is crazy? How are you crazy? You missed me already a whole bunch? Yes, but I'm going to come back and I'm bringing things home to me. Okay? Okay? Yes. Right now in New York. Right here.
No. Over there, a bridge.
What?
What?
No, we just
Just like
Moshe, what do you think about the graffiti?
graffiti is disgusting.
Be in New York.
Welcome to Cuban New York.
Let's cross the street.
It's surrounded by garbage.
I know.
That's so cool. I wonder how they get that right.
What?
Ground zero is
See you guys.
Guys, ground zero is right here. That is ground zero. You have the good news. Okay. How are you?
Are you talking to me? Yeah. What? Two killers? The two killers. Like. Ellen, this is your first time in New York? Get down. This is not your liberty. Down. Himself, and he thinks that he should never have videotaped all the stupid stuff on the plane.
The camera can see you, it's on night shot. Live from New York, it's
Think about it.
Perfect parrot target.
So I'm
Denver.
Oh, Denver, yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
Jeremy, this video.
I can't take it. I'm putting it down underneath.
We're going south. 21 south. See it? What's that? Yeah. 21 south. Make sure it's good. Sorry? No, going to yes. Sorry. Exit 22. Yeah, exit 22, which is inside the central building.
That's what happened.
Does it break the camera?
Your shirt is inside out.
Listen, please find a seat. Okay, find a seat. Find a seat.
Stay put.
Boys, Evan, please find a seat.
Tell you something that Shidler itself. Shidler, Gadla, told us when we came to Lakewood. We came to Lakewood in Lakewood started in 1943. 1943. So keep it at night. And she spoke this. Told him this. Told us I brought my kings. Marcus said we don't have kings anymore, so we don't know exactly how it is with kings. Kings. So a king, there were all kinds of old divisions in the army. There's all kinds of divisions. Then there's a special division in the army. One division in the army that's special. That's called the special, that's the King's Division. King's Division, that's called special the King's Division. So they said, that's what the Yeshua told us. So the same way, by a king, there's a special division that's called the King's Division. The same way by the Rebbeinu Shalom, there's also in this army, it's called, there's a department, and that's the Rebbeinu Shalom's department. That belongs to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Everything belongs to the Rebbeinu Shalom, but this is, as far as the government, that's his division. So the Yeshua told us at the time, keep it at night. Book this, keep it at night. He told us this. We were part of the Minishlam's army. This special part of the army that belongs to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Covered Malchus. We belong to that. The Shidler belong to that department. Covered Malchus. So the Shidler told us that we don't have to worry about much. We don't have to worry about living. Why? Because if we are not the Rebbeinu Shalom's army, and his soldiers, so he's supposed to support us. He's supposed to give us whatever needs we have. So we don't have to worry about how to earn a living. On the basis of the kingdom. So the kings will take care of us. That's what the Bashir said. He'll take care of us. It's his army. He'll take care of us. What are we supposed to do then? What is the army supposed to do? So the army is supposed to do the line terror. The line terror. We do that. So then, the Rebbeinu Shalom's army, he'll take care of us. So we come very far places. Far places. So much length, done so much. Basman said, you read it from Basman? Second World War. Second World War started, that's when 1939, the Second World War started. The Second World War. So the Chum said that then started Shidler started. It's called Shidler. Time preparation for the coming of Mashiach. Daddy said it has to take 70 years. Shidler has to take 70 years. Preparation for it has to be done in 70 years. So, 70 years. It's pretty soon up. 39, 70. That's on. That's 209. That's 70 years old. That's when those 70 years are finished. 209. 209 is not such a long time. Already now, not too much to go. So, we should know from the lesson. Unlike Filem, he said that 70 years, that's from Mashiach's going to come. Mashiach is preparation. Mashiach is preparation. I'll tell you a story. I was at the soil as a bacher. 1951. Baruch Hashem, I was zeicher that Kilo from Filem is geworden, is zusammen. Kilo from the Golden and I had learned by Mashgiach, Yeshiva. Yeah, really, she told me, asked me, I told him I want to go back. I want to go back to America. I want to learn by the Yeshiva again. Right? So I told him I hope to towards America. And the Mashiach will be coming the other way. That's where he is, Mashiach. The whole time, long time, he did not mention Mashiach. He didn't mention it. And here he told it to me like that. I'm going the wrong way, I'm going to America. But I didn't understand what that's clear, but this is yes, right. Hashem had killed very good. So what eventually take me back to Israel. What's the big problem? What is the big problem? So I always want not so question. Not so question. Mashiach's time. Only special people will be able to be part of Mashiach's army, part of Mashiach. And Maybe I won't be able to. So he told me, if I'm in Eretz Yisrael, find a place for me. But to bring me, a good slow, it's good. That's what that's what the past was. So we see that it's a question. Hillel tells us that 2 over 9, Mashiach is going to come. But it isn't so much that every one of us is going to have a spruce to be part of Mashiach. Mashiach, you're quite a lot of way. A lot of way. You'll be in heaven, Hashem. Be the ransom and have that. So then you stay there. That's what Thomas represented for Mashiach. Not ever. So, here we have young Bacher. Just started to learn. Telling them that there's not much time left. There's a short time left. Mashiach will come. There's a short time left. And so there's a lot of things to be accomplished. A lot of things that have to be done. We have to accomplish a lot. We have to accomplish a lot. It's up to you. You have to know that. Okay? Learn with you. Teach you how. They'll prepare you. They'll prepare you to be ready in 2 over 9 to be ready for Mashiach. It's a big job. A lot to be done. So you have to think a little bit about what it is. What it is to be at the finish of his army. Yosef to be in his army. And to stay there. Be in heaven Hashem. We'll all be there together. There to cheer.
Boys, stay back and see the schmooze.
Any Kohen in here? Any Kohen in?
Yeah.
Only one Kohen? No. You also Kohen? You also Kohen? And the Levim? 3 Kohenim and 3 Levim. How many Bachrim can we have? Beautiful. We live in very difficult times. I hope you realize it. Everybody realizes that. Difficult times, what can we do? The only thing we can do is to be misfollowed to the Rabbeinu Shalom. But we have to think, the chesed of the Rabbeinu Shalom, that we can come, a person is bequeathed to come and speak to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Baruch Atah Hashem. To speak direct to him, direct to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Can we imagine the chesed that the Klal Yisrael has, that they can speak to the Rabbeinu Shalom? It's a machlokes. But the tefillah is midaraisa. That's what tzedakah is from. And a pasuk, B'avei Hashem Elokeichem, B'avei Hashem B'leiv, it's a tefillah. The Ramban holds it's not with the Reis. It's only with the Rabbanon. But the Ramban is moide, and Shabur brings it to halacha that in time, when there are troubled times, then everybody holds it's with the Reis is supposed to be misbal. Because a person has to realize he can only come to the Rebbeinu Shalom and ask for something. Whatever a person has, he has it because the Rebbeinu Shalom gave it to him. Had the Rebbeinu Shalom not give it to him, he wouldn't have it at all. The little bit of seichel that a person has is also matana for Rebbeinu Shalom. The first bracha we say, Ata choinen lodam das. The Rebbeinu Shalom gives his das to understand. When we rise in the morning and we make a bracha, we can't eat things that a person could see. Oh Hashem, we all see here. Imagine what a person that can't see before the world looks to him. As I'll say, it's choshev kemes. A person that doesn't see, like chas v'sholem, it's choshev kemes. When we make a bracha, we open our eyes. We go out and we and we see a fruit tree. We make a bracha that Rebbeinu Shalom gave us to have another lonas b'nei to enjoy it. But before fruit becomes a fruit, then shows us the flowers of it. Imagine how beautiful it is. If we think what a person has, we can say that we give Shevach HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A person cannot be zeicher only with tefillah, only if he's mischalef to the Rebbeinu. In Chumash we see that Rebbeinu Shalom asked Moshe Rabbeinu to go for a shlichus, and he wasn't ready to go. We don't understand what it was. We don't know what it Moshe Rabbeinu, why did he want to go? The Rebbeinu Shalom wants to send him a shlichus. Imena toga elam, menacha elam, Yuda Gol Yisrael. Says the Ramban. Relax. Take your hands apart. The Ramban says that Moshe Rabbeinu felt that the Rebbeinu Shalom really wanted he should go. He would cure him. He was a chvat peh. He couldn't speak clearly. So to go to Palai, he was the great king, the greatest king in the world at that time. So he didn't cure him. So Moshe Rabbeinu, that's what Ramban says. Tell me over the Ramban. Ramban says he felt since he wasn't cured, so he can refuse it also. Why wasn't he cured, says Ramban? Actually, he should have been cured. Misam peh, so he says, because he wasn't mispalo. Moshe Rabbeinu was not mispalo. And therefore, even though he's supposed to be the Goel Yisrael, go the Shaliach to Parai, the Rebbeinu Shalom didn't cure him because he wasn't mispalo. Without tefillah, we can't get anything. We have to be mispalo to let go. Why was he not mispalo to get cured anyway? Says Ramban also pshat. Why? He says he wanted to remember the nest. Rebbeinu Shalom did a miracle with him. You know when he became a chvat peh, that he was tested. He was going after the crown of Rapaloi. So the Khartoum said, something wrong with this kid of yours. What is with him? He wants to take away your crown. So he said he'll be tested. So they put gold and they put coal. And the Malach pushed him to the coal. He was going for the gold. So then he took the coals, took it to his mouth. That's what became a chvat peh. So Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to remember forever that miracle that Rebbeinu Shalom did with him at that moment. And that's why he wasn't mispalo. But we see that without tefillah, he couldn't have gotten it. It says, V'oda Mayim, when Rebbeinu Shalom created the whole world, everything is ready to grow. The grass is ready to come out of the ground. And V'oda Mayim, says Rashi, there was no person to be mispalo for rain. In order to should grow, you have to have tefillah. For a person to grow, you surely have to have tefillah. You should grow in learning. You should understand better. He wants to grow. A bacha, yeshiva bacha, wants to grow. He wants to learn. He wants to understand. He has to be mispalo. So this is the message of today. You should be mechazik yourself in tefillah. And a person cannot say, "What will my tefillah do?" I'm a small person. What am I? It's not like that. every person's tefillah, the Rabbeinu Shalom listens to, especially people that learn Torah. So they are more pure and more. It says the Targum, Ish Yehudi, the Targum, Megillah says that. Ish Yehudi, what's called the Ish Yehudi? Mordechai is called Ish Yehudi. Why is it? What's an Ish Yehudi? So the Targum says, the Ish Yehudi, the Tzaloi al Mispalo for Kol Yisrael. That's what Ish Yehudi. Today, living in such a horrible times, where Kol Yisrael is Chas v'Sholom Sakona, wherever we are, in America, in the whole world, in Europe, Israel is surrounded by millions of Sunnim, Seni Yisrael, that are ready to give their lives to kill somebody. That's what they're ready to do. So what is our Eitzah? Our Eitzah is only we should be Mispalo L'Akadosh. So we come to Shul, we come to the Yeshiva to daven. We should put ourselves into the Tefillah. We should put ourselves into the davening. And that will be a schus for yourself and for Kol Yisrael. Person is that koyach. The world is half and half. And by my toiv, what I do, the right thing what I do, then it's machiyat kol olam kuloi. So you are the koyach to do that. You should be zeicher that your tefillah should be niskabel. You should learn how to daven well. That's the time. That's the chiyuv hasho. Is to be Mispalach Elbol. And that's the Mei Mashiach, Chazal tell us, Eino Lali, Shoyna Levinosh Bashamayim. That's what we have to realize. We have no other way to strengthen ourselves, only to be Mispalach Elbol. But Zecher to grow up, to be Talmud Chachomim, El Chayidin, your parents and your Rabbeim should have a lot of nachas from you. Anybody? Your name?
What? What?
Yes.
Attention, the stairs.
We came all the way here, they ate pig stuff.
You're on film right now saying that.
Huh?
So we came all the way down to eat.
And now we're
right?
videotaping stuff. Always did that. What? I don't know. Right now, I don't know.
What bridge is this? What?
You're taking a video of me.
Okay, we're about to begin the program this evening. A little late, so please everyone should remain quiet. We have 3 more buses coming in from Muncie now just we would have a few moments with you, give you a bracha, and then he has to leave. So please, everyone just stand up when he comes in and sit down, okay?
I don't know if you saw what was going on outside. I was looking around to see if I was the only one who saw what was going on. There was this fellow who wanted to come into the SYIUM MISHNAYOS, and Rabbi Grandma was standing there, and he said, "I'm sorry, did you learn?" This man said, Learn what? Don't you know this is a SYIUM MISHNAYOS? There are boys here that have learned Shishay Sidrei Mishnah. There are boys that have learned. And the man said, but how about if I write a check? Would I be able to come in? And he began writing zeros on the check. Rabbi Grandma never saw so many zeros on the check. And he said, if I give you this many checks, will I be able to come into the SYIUM MISHNAYOS? And he said, I'm very, very sorry. The only ticket to get into the SYIUM MISHNAYOS is if you've learned Mishnayos over the year. That's the only way you could possibly get into the SYIUM. And Rabbi Grandma, who works in Hillel, has never seen so many zeros on a check, except without the one in front. And he said, I'm sorry, but you can't come in maybe next year. This is a SYIUM for boys that have learned Mishnayos and that are going to continue to learn Mishnayos. And next year, please come back. And the man said, Rabbi Grandma, $15,000, can I come into the SYIUM Mishnayos? Rabbi Grandma said, next year, we're going to save you a special seat in front. Remember to learn Mishnayos. We're looking, I wanted to welcome everybody to our 40th SYIUM MISHNAYOS. I remember years and years ago in Borough Park when the SYIUM MISHNAYOS began. I want to remind everybody that we are going to have we're going to have raffles. I'm going to ask the parents and the leaders and the rebbeim because I'm going to call out numbers. And when I call out those numbers, I'm going to ask the person standing next to you, you were somebody that was well behaved by the SYIUM MISHNAYOS. You were somebody that was well behaved, then you can become the winner. In Baltimore, there was a Rosh Yeshiva by the name of Rabbi Ruderman Zatzal. And Rabbi Ruderman went to the doctor. And the doctor checked out Rabbi Ruderman. And he said, Rabbi Ruderman, you have to get more exercise. Every day you have to go for a walk. And when the boys in Yeshiva heard about it, every day they said, Rebbe, I'll go with you today, I'll go with you tomorrow, Rebbe, I'm going to be the one going for a walk with you. I have a friend by the name of Rabbi Englander, and he got to walk with Rabbi Ruderman. And the first day that he went for a walk with Rabbi Ruderman, he saw something very strange. Rabbi Ruderman was mumbling, and Rabbi Englander got very scared. He said, Rebbe, and he was mumbling. He said, let me ask him a question about what happened in the yeshiva of Slovakia where Rabbi Ruderman learned. He said, Rebbe, can you tell me a little bit? Rabbi Ruderman told the Rebbe and Englander what happened, and when he finished, he started mumbling again. And Asa was very worried, and he asked him a question, Rashida answered him, and then when he finished, he mumbled again. And Asa was very, very worried about Rabbi Ruderman. Sure enough, the next time he went for a walk with Rabbi Ruderman, the exact same thing happened. Rabbi Ruderman was mumbling, and he asked him a question, and he answered, and then after he answered, he mumbled again. After the walk, he suddenly walked into the yeshiva, and he asked Ezra Newberger, he said, Rabbi Newberger, there's something wrong with the Rosh Yeshiva. There's something wrong with Rabbi Ruderman, your uncle. Every time we walk, he him a question and he answers. And afterwards he mumbles and mumbles. And Rabbi Newberger began laughing. And he said, don't you know what the Rosh Yeshiva has been doing for the last 45 years? Every time he has a moment free, he begins, thank you so much, he begins learning Mishnayos. For 45 years, the Rosh Yeshiva knew all of Shas. And he pretty much knew it all about that. But whenever the Rosh Yeshiva had a few moments, he began mumbling. But it wasn't just mumbling. It was Mishnayos about that the Rosh Yeshiva had learned. Maybe one day, many of you boys will be Zocha. When you walk around, you'll be mumbling too. And it'll be mumbling about Mishnayos. I want you boys to notice some of the Rosh Yeshivas and the Rabbanim that have come here today in your honor. I hope I don't pronounce the Rosh Yeshiva's names and the Rabbanim's names wrong. We have Fiat from the Rabbi Yisrael Becky Avenue and the Rosh Yeshiva here. We have Rosh Yeshivas and Rosh Yeshivas, Rabbi Mandel from Yeshiva of Brooklyn. We have Zuckerman, the Rabbi Baker Yisrael Midwood. And we're very, very grateful to them for taking the time to come in your honor. Now, I told you what happened outside before with Rabbi Grandma, and I'm going to ask him to come up and tell us what happened with that fellow who tried to get in Rabbi Grandma. Rabbi Grandma is in charge of Pirlei, and his job is, and his life is to see that boys learn Torah. We're very, very grateful. I'm going to have our first raffle before I introduce Rabbi Kramer. We're going to look for who's sitting quietly. We're going to ask the leaders and the parents to please look for us. Take your tickets in your hand. Rabbi Kramer, how do I know what number to call? Anybody later? And it's two, given two. Rabbi Crandall, what happened to that person who tried to get into you? Tell us the rest of the story, please.
Well, I'll tell you, first I told him I wanted a few more zeros on there. Because I started getting a little weaker when I saw so many zeros. Like my eyeballs started to pop out. I said, wow, so many zeros. But then I looked closer to the check. I said, wait a minute. There's no number in front of those zeros. What's going on over here? He says, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Forgive me. I'll put it at $5 million? That was too much for me. So I had to call up my Rebbe all the way in Eretz Yisrael. And I said, Rebbe, what should I do? $5 million. And he said, Rav Shimon, be strong. Don't let money ruin you. Only if he learns Torah. So I turned around to the man, and I saw tears coming out of his eyes. And you know me, boys, I come to your schools all the time. You know I'm a soft-hearted. I said, you know what? I'm not going to take the money. But if you tell me, believe that you're going to learn Mishnayos this year, then I'll let you in. And with tears in his eyes and blowing his nose 40 times, because it's the 40th SYIUM MISHNAYOS, one blow for each year. So he said, okay, I agree. And when he wasn't looking, I took the check anyway. Now I'm only kidding, that's a show. Anyway, I want to welcome all of you to the 40th. It's very hard for me to talk with so much talking. The 40th annual SYIUM MISHNAYOS. 40! You know what the number 40 is? It's unbelievable. Klal Yisrael was in the mikvah for 40 years. I remember, I think I hear somebody talking over there. Boys, I'm going to need you to please be quiet. You know, it's almost 3,500 years since we received the Torah on Har Sinai. And I'm sorry to say, But every year that we go further away from Har Sinai, we get weaker and weaker in learning. But you know, there's one group of people. Listen, there's one group of people whose Torah has never been affected in all these 3,500 years. And that group of people are you children, you boys. Never in all these 3,500 years did the koyach of learning Torah. Your learning Torah never diminished, never became less. And that is why we still have Torah, and that is why Klal Yisrael is going stronger and stronger, only because boys like you learn Torah. And I want to tell you that as I go around to all the schools, I'm so impressed with all of you boys that come over to me and ask me questions and want to become members of our new SYIUM Mishnayos program. And you boys are really clocking a lot of hours and a lot of Mishnayos and a lot of Prakim and Mesechtas, and we're really very proud of you. You should all be Zaycha to continue, Amir Hashem, to grow in Torah, and may we be Zaycha, Amir Hashem, that next year, SYIUM Mishnayos, the 41st SYIUM Mishnayos of Pirchei Agudas Yisrael of America will be in Yerushalayim.
You're holding this much weight. Places.
Okay, then point to start. Tomorrow morning, being 9:30. 9:30 at my place, okay?
At where?
9:30. You have?
What's the address?
You have the shot. Okay. Yeah, 9:30.
You know, when I was
Same place as today.
Aguda,
What time tomorrow?
Agudas Yisrael is not just
What time tomorrow?
in New York City, it's across the world. As a matter of fact,
I need to know where. I need the address. I don't
who is in charge of making sure that Aguda walks across the world is on his way walking up right now. He just came back from Mexico, and he made sure that the Aguda is working over there. I'd like to ask Rabbi Levi Strecker, our Associate Executive Director of Aguda, please come up and tell us what happened in the other countries before he even sits down.
Once more, let's go. You know where to meet? At the house. 4350 Street. You know where to meet? 1743 You hear?
17 what?
4353 Street. Okay. You know where to meet?
It's exclusive for you on behalf of Aguda Yisrael.
1743.
And I'd like to start by asking you,
The same place that always dropped off.
just take a drink, took 2 hours to get into Muncie.
Depends on your thing.
You're from Muncie. Okay, great. I want what? Okay, you know what? I'd like to ask you, just thinking, I want to ask you, spirit passion. Just thinking, not those spirit passions, a different one. Does anybody know the name of the President of the United States?
Richard Nixon.
You got it. Let me tell you something. You got the right answer. The gentleman to the right of me, Rabbi Shmuel, our Executive Vice President. 20 people in the meeting. And those 20 people, of them, 3 of them were from Agudas Yisrael. Because the president understands the work of Agudas Yisrael, your organization, that last name of Pirkei is Pirkei Agudas Yisrael. And as Rabbi Bell said before, Agudas Yisrael works around the world to help unity. So they met with President Bush. And you know what happened? They became friends with President Bush. And when there was now a war in Iraq, which I'm sure you all heard of.
A war? Where?
And somebody saw
Where was this war again?
13 Sifrei Torah that were about to be destroyed. Rabbi Bloom was able to get on the phone, and he was able to call somebody in the Defense Department and say, you know, there's Sifrei Torah about to be destroyed. What are we going to do about it? And they went and they called the chief chaplain in Baghdad, the chief Jewish chaplain, and said, you know, you better get over here quickly and save those Sifrei Torah. And Baruch Hashem, because Rabbi Bloom met with the President of the United States, he was able to save those Sifrei Torah. The Jewish soldiers during the war, they were supposed to get what's called meals, ready-to-eat meals for Pesach, special for Pesach. And it was getting closer and closer to Pesach. And the meals weren't coming. So Rabbi Bloom got on the phone again, and he spoke to the man who was in charge. And he said, you know, they're not here. What are we going to do? And they made a search, and they found meals, 36,000 of them, in a warehouse in Kuwait. And they said, we better get it right over to Iraq for the Jewish soldiers. And it was able to come on Erev Pesach, and the Jewish soldiers had what to eat. So because of something that Agudas Yisrael did by knowing the President of the United States, they were able to do such a thing, to come close to such a person and be able to help him. Let me ask you a second question. Whose father, brother, or uncle, or other relative learns Daf Yomi? You can raise your hand, you don't have to yell. Okay. When you get home tonight, find out if anybody in my family learns Daf Yomi. Do you know there was a young man about 80 years ago by the name of Meir Shapiro of Lina Rog, who stood up at an Agudah convention, called it the Nasi Gedola, and said, what are we going to do? We have to learn Torah. Everybody, every Yid has to get together. And every Yid should get to know each other. And we want to get Yidden all over the world learning together. And he started the Daf Yomi. And the Daf Yomi is something that Agudas Yisrael does to help Yidden learn Torah around the world. Who has a brother or an uncle learning in Eretz Yisrael? Show of hands. I think I can safely say everybody here knows somebody in Eretz Yisrael. Maybe they got a little stuck on the way to Eretz Yisrael. In the lab, we got to tell you what happened in Eretz Yisrael. Unfortunately, right side. In Eretz Yisrael, there's been a war violation never. And it came time to daven for the Yidden in Eretz Yisrael. And Agudas Yisrael put together 50,000 Jews to daven in the streets of Manhattan. Maybe some of you were even there. Or the people have been struck by terror. And Agudas Yisrael put together an emergency terror victims fund to help all of those mishpachos. What makes Agudas Yisrael reach out to all of those people? Why does Agudas Yisrael go around the world helping people? I'd like to tell you a story. And I think this will explain it the way I understand it. A story from Yosef Silverstein and the Yarkei Kala that took place in Eretz Yisrael that we all went to just a few months ago. In Tel Aviv, there's a Yid by the name that will change his name to protect the guilty. His name was Yankala the Ganef. Yankala the Ganef was a very expert Ganef, and he unfortunately was well known to the Tel Aviv Police Department for all of the things that he did. One day Yankala was walking down the streets of Tel Aviv, and he sees a car, and he passes the car and he decides, you know, Yankala likes things. He says, you know, I would like that car. Being Yankala the Ganef,
Within 2 minutes, he was inside the car, a beautiful car, and he's driving down the street. Have you ever been in a room where you feel that there's somebody in the room with you and you're not alone? Well, Yaakov suddenly gets that feeling. He feels that he's not there by himself. And he looks into the back seat of the car, and he sees a little baby. And the baby is turning blue from lack of oxygen. It was a hot Tel Aviv day. And the baby is he's almost by the end. And Yaakov doesn't know what to do. Next time he's talking with the neighbor, he's in jail 10 years, unras lotus. But he's a yid. So what should Yaakov do? So Yaakov goes and takes the baby, and he grabs the baby in his hand, and he does mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and the baby comes back alive, and is starting to breathe a faint pulse he's using. And he steps out of the car, and he yells, Hatzolah, Mishnayos, come and help. So they come, the Mishnayos comes, Hatzolah shows up in 2 seconds, and they take the baby and they hustle him into the ambulance. And they turn to Yaakov and they say, Yaakov. They don't know, they say, sir, get into the ambulance with your son. So he looks at the officer, the Hatzolah man, and the policeman, and he says, oh, that's not my son. So they look at him and they say, well, listen, the child's got to go to the hospital. I don't care if it's your nephew or if it's your cousin. Get in the car and the ambulance go with him. And Yaakov says, we're not really related. So the policeman looks at him, he's frustrated. He says, what do you mean, Yaakov? If you're not related, so what's he doing in your car? So Yaakov goes, well, it's not my car. So the policeman, he doesn't know what to do. Who is this guy? So he doesn't know, he calls over his lieutenant, he goes, Paki, come over here. So the lieutenant comes over, and he takes a look, and he sees him, he says, Yaakov, what are you doing here, Yaakov? He knows him already. So Yaakov doesn't know what to do. He says, well, Lieutenant, I was going down the street, and I saw the car, and it was a nice car, and I decided to sit in it. And I took it, I found the baby, and the police says, what should we do, Yaakov? I'm the one here, got it. On this other hand, you're saving human life. You're saving his life. Go not to let that from Israel. Says, Yaakov, we're going to give you a pass. We're going to let you go this time. Yaakov was so despoiled. He was so moved by the episode. He became about Shuvah. He did Shuvah. He gave up his life of crime. And now he works for the Tel Aviv Police Department, teaching other criminals that crime doesn't pay. And he said, I have 3 children. I have 2 children from my wife. And I have 1 child from my Geneva, from the theft that I did. Because Yaakov saw that when he saved a person's life, that was his child, because he influenced him. Kindelach, every single person that we influence, every single person that you do something good for, you do a chesed for, becomes your child too. And Agudas Yisrael looks at every kid in the world as their children. And just like a parent worries every day about their child and doesn't sleep at night because of their children, so Agudas Yisrael worries about every single yid, because every yid is our children. And that's the answer to the question. Why does your organization, your Pirkei Agudas Yisrael, care so much to travel around the world to make sure that every yid is safe and sound? Is because it's our children, we care for them. You should all have tremendous hashgacha. It's such a nachas every year, Baruch Hashem, that Swiss is coming to SYIUM since the days of legendary Asultan Zatzal. And in the interim, when the Swiss coming many years, we should all grow up to be Talmidei Chachamim who care for Klal Yisrael, part of Agudas Yisrael. Mazel tov and SYIUM Yashar.
Ask this young man to be Messiah. Hold on to your tickets. We're about to have the raffle very quickly. Boys, very soon, the Rosh Hashiva of Scheinberg should be perfectly quiet when he comes in. We're walking. We're going to ask everybody without a sound. Don't eat while the Rosh Hashiva is here. It's not their affair. As soon as he comes in, everybody stand up. First, quickly, let's see if we can make it see him.
Every time we say that, cut your line from outside excited. That's the way cut your line from the every time. Don't make the world remember. says the uncle, I have a key to my love. Yes, we retain my Sam and their kids on my own from Shimmer and the Khalafah Shukra said, Masakajra, the Master Kajra for the farm, Kairi, the Master, that was the Raha and so, the Shah,
Okay, thank you. Mazel. 1 second. We'd like to ask David Waxman from Lakewood to make a 100. Mazel tov to you. David, what was that? Is Lakewood here yet? Is David Waxman here yet? Oh, David Waxman. Let's find out. How many years did it take you to recite SYIUM Mishnayos? Just stand on the chair. On the chair. How many years? 2 years? How old were you when you started?
11.
And now you're?
13.
How many hours a day did you learn?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half every single day? How many parakim did you do a week?
5.
5 parakim a week. You must have done it twice. Who else? Who did you learn with?
Robert Greenfield.
Did he know anything?
Yes.
Did you know anything?
Yeah.
So it's good chavrusa. Okay, let's be reciting. So let's say that really quick. We're going. There are some boys out of their seats. Please sit down. Please sit down. Stay where you are. Finish up, please. Boys, stand up quiet. We're just going to finish that. Stand up without a sound. Perfectly, Derek. Mazel tov. We're going to wait for 1 second for everybody to sit down, and then we're going to introduce the Rosh Hashiva. Everybody should be sitting down quickly. Without a sound. Boys, waiting for everybody to sit down. We're waiting for some boys to still sit down quickly. We're still waiting for the last punches. I want that sound. Shh. That sound. I have 2 very good friends in Baltimore that are the Talmidim of the Rosh Yeshiva, the Rosh Yeshiva, the Dinowitzes, Yankee and Paris Dinowitz. And I asked them what I should say about the Rosh Yeshiva. 3 boys are out of their seats. Sit down, please. And they told me that when I introduced the Rosh Yeshiva, I should, and I asked Rosh Yeshiva for Mechila for speaking in front of the Rosh Yeshiva. They said that the Rosh Yeshiva is a living Sefer Torah. He lives his life with Torah. People come to ask for Rosh Yeshiva's advice. If you take a look very carefully, you'll see the Rosh Yeshiva wears talis and tefillin the entire day. And really, every single person in this room with bar mitzvah should be wearing tefillin every day. But it's a very, very difficult thing to always think about learning. And so therefore we don't. But the Rosh Yeshiva whose life is geared around learning, the Rosh Yeshiva is somebody that wears talis and tefillin all day, and he spends his life for all of us. We're thrilled that the Rosh Yeshiva took the time while he's in America to join us. And in your honor, I'm going to ask the Rosh Yeshiva to say a few words. Everybody sit down, perfectly quiet.
Firstly, I wish to thank the Mahalim giving me the opportunity to be here with you. I'll say a few words to you. I have a certain profound feeling for the youngsters, little boys like you. I myself, as a little boy, when I migrated from Poland, was 9 years old. I was raised and reared in U.S. Just a little more like you are today. A certain schusim, which I don't know exactly with. I was Hashem Zeicher to become what I am today. And I always think to myself, Casey Shri said so. Cup fully in shares. For shame and shame I come. I'm full of issues that I went through myself. I'll try for that pressure with work. But I was able to be what I am today. Oh, I was a little boy like you are. Yet, some kind of Susie, I should have known exactly. I hope to fame. And I enjoy coming along on your slide. So I feel a certain pleasure that I can be with you here, welcome you here, and look at your faces, which brings me back to my earlier youth. And if I went today, you as well, Shidler, you and your children, can rise to fame Bezer Hashem, help build, mold the face of Yiddishkeit. Bonim atem Hashem Elokeichem, said the Irish. We give a call bonim to which you believe. Bonim, the Sheresh of Bonim is Binger. We build and mold the future of the Klal Yisrael. You give us a Tzuvah, which we call Toiling Tzuvah. And you can develop art in the future, Be'ez Hashem. Building, molding, things of Yiddishkeit. We elderly people won't live forever. We pass on. Who will take over? Hi, Jeremy. If not you, will be a children. So each and every one should feel Be'ez Hashem the responsibility and feel that he is one, everyone. But Be'ez Hashem will help to perpetuate the glorious name of Kudsha Barichu, the glorious name of Yiddishkeit. And Be'ez Hashem building this wonderful institution, we are building Be'ez Hashem the future of Klal Yisrael, and eventually building Klal Yisrael who was able to be Hamikdash. Bias Mashiach Tzidkeinu, the B'Elohim B'Elohim.
Orzaru ala tzaddik, Orzaru ala tzaddik, U'leishe leisen we are going to have the next raffle, going to ask for Shidler. Anybody out of the seat is not one of the winners. Going to call a number in 20 seconds. If you're out of your seat, you're not going to be one of the boys that are going to be winning. Sit down quick. Okay? The winning number is, all you boys in the front, I'm telling you now, I hope you don't have the winning number. We're about to call our next number. Sit down quickly. We're ready for our next number. This one is for $50. Rabbi Eisner, are you here? Here's Rabbi. Oh, Rabbi Grandma has his checkbook out. It's a very, very good sign. Okay, Rabbi Grandma, I want you to be honest. Did your wife leave you any money in your checkbook? I see you laughing. I guess the answer is no. Okay, Rabbi Grandma, make sure to make a lot of zeros when we pick out the winning number. The winning number is, Rabbi Grandma, in order to write the check, you have to have money in the account. The number is 1792. Not a sound. That number might not have been given out. There's one boy who's running to the front. Do you have 1792? You look pretty happy. It must be you. Come around, please, on the side. What is it? Okay, that's... What is your name? Yosef Chaim Arba, who are you from? Yosef Chaim Arba.
boys heard him say Arafat? How many boys heard him say Arafat? Did you ever win anything before your whole life? What did you win? He doesn't remember. Was it something better than $50? Now it says, the rules are that if anybody's not sitting down or out of the raffle, the rules are that we each get $25. You get 25, I get 25. Is that clear? Yes, okay. Boys, everybody stand up for a second. Rashida's leaving and we're going to say Kaddish while Rashida's leaving.
Yizkadal v'yizkada Shnei Rabo. Yalmadi Yosef L'chavad L'chayim L'chayim Asukah L'chayim L'midlei Karta V'Shlem L'shalom L'chol D'Gavo L'mekam L'chol L'chol L'yano L'asol L'chol L'shpayim L'yaseret L'yamlet Kedisha V'yichid L'makisei V'yikrei L'chayei Kadim Yamei Kadim Chayim L'chol Beis Yisrael L'agol L'zman Kohen V'imei Yamei Yehei Shnei Rav V'Barach L'Olam L'Almei Almayu Yizbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yisproi V'Yisroime V'Yisnasei V'Yisador V'Yisalel V'Yisalol Shmei V'Yidisho V'Yichoy Leila M'Kol V'Chosa V'Shiros V'Tzish V'Chosa V'Nechamosa Davir V'Yolmo V'Miyomei Al Yisro V'Rabonu Talmidei V'Kol Talmidei Talmidei Oin V'Kol Mandos Kaberai V'Sar V'Kol Asar Asar Yehei Leila L'Chaim Shlom Rav V'Chil V'Chil V'Rachim V'Chayim V'Chil V'Zoyne V'Chil V'Kudem V'Yim V'Shmayim V'Yarva V'Yomei Yehei Shlom Rav V'Shmai V'Chayim Chayim V'Leim Al Kol Yisroel V'Yomei V'Yisei Shalom V'Yomei V'Rachmon Yaseh Shalom V'Leim Al Kol Yisroel V'Yomei.
Boys, you have to sit down. She is going to leave. It's very hard for everyone. You're out of your seat, you're out of the raffle. Boys, sitting down. Okay. Let's go. Sitting down, you're out of the raffle. Also, I wanted to welcome some boys came all some boys came all the way from Denver. We wanted to welcome them also. All the boys came from Denver. All the boys, how many boys came from Denver? 22 boys came from Denver. Boys who came from Denver, could you stand up, please? How many boys were SYIUM one Seder? How many boys are almost a SYIUM Seder? How many boys are thinking about being a SYIUM Seder? It's getting harder. Everybody's thinking about being a SYIUM Seder. How much money does it cost for an airplane ticket from Denver? How much? $2,000, and you came to the SYIUM Mishnayos even though the ticket cost $2,000? We would like to ask. With Yehuda Aryeh Lashinsky, can you please come up to start Masechtas Brachos? Yehuda Aryeh Lashinsky, can you please come up to start Masechtas Brachos? Is that you, Yehuda Aryeh? Okay. What? Okay, Yehuda Aryeh Lashinsky comes from Brooklyn. Where in Brooklyn do you live? Where do you daven on Shabbos? Oh, you know my brother was full Lieberman? Send him regards. Okay, which yeshiva do you learn in? Stolen. How many years did it take you to be Messiah in SYIUM Mishnah? You're not sure about it? 3-4 years. Took you 3-4 years to be Messiah. How much time did you spend every week?
I don't know. I never said that.
Okay, before I introduce you, I feel bad for those boys out of the seat because I'm going to have one raffle number. Boys, look at your raffle number, see if you're sitting down, and if you're quiet, if you're out of your seat, you're out of the raffle. Those boys better be sitting down very, very quickly. The winning number is, these boys are not going to win. They're out of their seat. But when somebody's talking, that boy is standing, that boy is still standing. I guess he's not going to be one of these rubber ground. Okay, the next winning number is in front of me is a face that he asked Rabbi Grandma about. There's a Dr. Marcus who comes every year from Florida. He makes a special trip with his children for the SYIUM MISHNAYOS. They plan their year around this trip. Dr. Marcus, would you stand up with your boys? Boys, how much learning did you guys do? A lot of learning. Mouth up to all three of you and thank you for coming. Okay, for our last SYIUM, 1 second, how much time did you learn? How much time a week?
I did not say that.
Every week going to do. Which is the best day of the week for you to learn?
Shabbos.
Shabbos. How many hours do you learn Shabbos?
Hour or 2.
Now, do you think it's possible for me to be Messiah and teach Siddur Mishnah?
Why not?
Why not? Thank you for the encouragement. I want you to know that every Shabbos I learn Mishnayos. So far, I finished about 3.5 Shidler, and it's only taken me about 15 years. In another 15 years, they're going to let me sit in the front also. Go ahead.
Them cycle in the Shema Baris. When it feels like Mishnah, the Shosh can across the left to walk. When the camera are coming to join, but when they started in the Shum, which is after Hashem. Actually, Tashmor is showing until the end of the first Tashmor, which is the third night. There is a lesson. Chom said, Shivim Bochatzos. And we learn Mashiach Modashach until always. Meister Paul wanted to be based on Mishnah. Some came back to a party, all the way. We're doing a Shema, we're doing a Shema, all the land. We're all on the Shach and Chayam Matam Liquors. The words of Bavado, Kom Hashem Choma, Tzois is Vos Mashiach Modashach. Hekta Chalom Mevor, Vos Mashiach Modashach. Prom Chol Yonechot is Vos Mashiach Modashach. In Kein Hom Choma. Tzois is the last Davam Nachem.
Okay, for men, raffle, sitting down quietly, winning number. I hear one boy talking. 2, Rabbi Grandma, get a checkbook. You know how to write the numbers 2 and 5 together? Rabbi Grandma, please practice. I hear 1, I'm going to ask the person sitting next to you if you were quiet. I'm sure you're very quiet. The number is... I hear one way on this side. Also, the number is 2, 1, 7, 6. We might not have the number. Maybe 1, 9, 8, 9. Next raffle. 7. Somebody's talking. 7. 3 sevens. 7. Try 1 more. Rabbi, somebody won. He's pointing, wearing a fancy hat. He's walking up to the front. He's not too excited. He's won before. This is the 12th time that he's won this year. He doesn't really need the money. He's rich. Walk around this way, please. He wants to really give me the money. Let's walk a little bit faster. I know you're excited. You've got to calm it down. What is your name?
Shidler.
Where you from?
Say.
Did you have one? Where you from? Say. He's thinking about sharing it with you. He's going to decide later. Did you ever win before? What did you win last time? He won a brand new car. Please go to Rabbi Graham for $25. Rabbi Krugberger, it is yours.
This is a song that Rabbi Moshe Scherer, had asked me to sing 2 cycles back to the SYIUM MISHNAYOS in Madison Square Garden. And I was called, since the night was the middle of Sira, they asked me to sing the song Ani Mama again.
Somebody found it. No. This is a song I wrote my tuba. Mira. This is a song I wrote my tuba.
I was there in the beginning.
Anyone who knows the song, you can sing along. Amen, 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 amen,
sure you're sitting down. Close the door. Close the door, please. Down, please. Boys, not necessary. Now, my family, people don't just sit on the floor. We're almost ready to begin.
Of life, I am more grateful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for 56 years of teaching Torah and Torah B'das.
From Sabatka, 1927. He was placed in the highest class with all the youngest in the class. He also seemed privacy in the class.
Upon, as he explained, is said that when a yahrzeit comes by and one remembers a Rebbe, on any occasion, and one recalls his Rebbe, he's in a sense seeing the Rebbe from the distance, from far away. And as he phrased it in Yiddish, when you see your Rebbe from the distance, a person has to become uplifted. A person who has an image of his Rebbe, every time that comes to mind, has to find a way to be uplifted by the memory of the things that that Rebbe stood for. That's how Rapam remembered his Rebbe.
Everybody felt that they were his Talmud. Everybody felt that they were his closest Talmud. Because Rapam made everybody feel that he was the closest person to them.
He made every person feel that he was the most important person in the shir. It didn't make a difference if he was the best person in the shir or not the best person in the shir. If someone wanted to learn, Rapam was always there to help them.
That Rebbe didn't feel comfortable sitting up front with all the other Rosh. Who was he to sit next to the other Rosh Yeshivas over there? Even though he might have been as cool as they were, but he himself felt that he was nowhere near them.
I would like to make perhaps an unnecessary comment, but for my peace of mind, the wonderful, eloquent words of the Rav Shalita about Kabbalah Rabbah, please relate it to the right person, not to me.
His quiet way, people listened to him. When he spoke, everybody listened. Everybody listened when he spoke. He wasn't an orator. He wasn't a dramatic speaker. But every word that he said was measured and informative and very much to the point, very much effective.
No one speech that Rapam gave was actually the inspiration that made people become attached to him. It was all of his shmuz and all of his lessons together. It created a certain type of an individual, gave you the picture of a type of person who looked at things and saw things as they truly were, not just superficially. It was that way, the way he looked at mitzvahs, the way he looked at Torah study, and also the way he looked at Talmidim. He didn't treat all Talmidim with the same type of fitting the same type of mold. There were students who he encouraged to embark on a career, students whom he insisted should go to Hillel, because when he looked at somebody, he saw much deeper, he saw into the individual. And when people connected with that, that's what inspired. It made people feel, hey, I want to be like that. I want to be close to that.
There was no generation gap. Whoever walked into this house felt love permeating from him. He loved every single beat. anyone's neshama was tied to him. Rav Pam was to everybody like a Zaydi. As great of a man as he was, everybody felt very, very comfortable to walk into his house and to be able to discuss anything that they needed. Whether it was being Yamei Ruchnius, being Yamei Gashmius, they always felt that there was an air there for them.
Rav Pam listened to you, and he cared in what you said. He cared enough to absorb and comprehend and trying to understand clearly what it is that you were saying, and many times what it is that was bothering or even paining you.
What I like from Pam is that you have the ability every single day, whether you're a mentor, whether you're in a profession, that you have an opportunity to be Mekadesh Shem Shemayim every day by your behavior, by your handheld, whether it's with the Jew or whether it's with the Gentile. If you're Derech HaChaim, if the way you live and the way you act and interact with people is pleasant and pleasing, then you're walking Kiddush Hashem.
Approximately 8 years ago, we see the Sefer Torah, L'choy Rav Pam, began at the Fifth Avenue Synagogue, and approximately 2 years later, the actual Hachnasa Sefer Torah, for those of us who remember that day, was a historic day. It was a historic day in the annals of Torah Das, and it was a historic day certainly in the life of Rav Pam and his devoted rebels. Because on that day, his Talmidim came forward in a massive outpouring of respect and affection and appreciation to our wonderful Rebbe.
At the age of 14, shortly after his 14th birthday, and remained here on a daily basis for the rest of his life without pause. And it was an attachment that was a bond that was so tight. On his 80th birthday, he spoke in Fifth Avenue Synagogue, and he spoke with such warmth and love regarding his relationship to the yeshiva.
Because the blessing of life is what you do with it and how you use it. And for this, I am grateful beyond words to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He has led me to a Mokim Torah such as Torah Das, and to be associated with Talmidim that I am short of words to describe their beauty, their refinement, the Kedushas HaNeshama, the Oisois of Torah, the Shemayim, and Kedusha that they possess and that they recognize from the very first year that I started teaching in Torah Das.
Rosh Yeshiva is a kind of a Volker. Ich gewesen, Mekische, wir verbinden mit anderen Sachen. Es ist gewesen, der Talmidim. Sie sind gewesen andere Sachen. Alle Meisters, alle Yechiden, Klalisol, alle Nefkuim, Filem Nishburais, alle SYIUM Mishnayos.
The ability to ask him anything that bothered me, whether it could be a Taisus Achorn, it could be a Shachar Yeridea, it could be a Shidler Yehuda. I felt that whenever I went to him, not necessarily I got the answer right away. It could be a week later, it could be a month later, but someone was worried about my kasha. Someone was always thinking about my kasha. Not necessarily because my kasha was the best kasha, but because since some yid had difficulty with a shtickle Torah, the Pam felt that it was his obligation to, even if he was not in the study, to look it up, to work on it, and come back with a response. And that's something that I will always miss.
I'm going to miss his smile. I'm going to miss his kindness of looking at him and his greeting me. Perish, how are you? I'm going to miss those words. I'm going to miss looking at his face and seeing the shine and the glow of Kedusha.
Very, very unique ability Rav Pam had to make each one of us feel as though there was nothing else. When he sat with you, you were the most important thing in his life.
There was one time I brought my little children, and Rav Pam would come over to him and say, afterwards we would come over to Rav Pam to say Good Yontif. And this is the first time he came to the minyan, and Rav Pam would say, oh, we have a new member in our Hillel. And he would say, I watched you doing that and I saw how quiet you are. I was so proud of you. You can come back whenever you'd like. And my son never forgets that.
Check in your hand. Rabbi Grammer, what do you have in your hand, Rabbi Grammer? Rabbi Grammer, what do you have in your hand?
Okay, throughout the year, we recognize various Rabbanim, Pirchei coordinators for the wonderful work they do on behalf of Pirchei Agudas Yisrael and Klal Yisrael. At this moment, I'd like to ask Mr. Mark Silverman to please come up. Mr. Silverman, are you here? To come up, and Mr. Mark Silverman will give him the Rabbi Shimon Zweig Memorial Award in recognition of his selfless devotion as the coordinator of Pirchei Agudas Yisrael of Denver, Colorado.
You want to check my wallet? You can see all the Denver cards. As long as you don't take any money out. Yeah, I know.
Next, I'd like to ask Rabbi Osher Mendel of Yeshivat Paris Israel to come up to receive the Rabbi Moshe Rosh Hashanah Memorial Award, who has laid the tarsi to inspire and guide Tzidekis Beis Rabban and Liban Torah, consistent with the values of Pirchei Agudas Yisrael. And finally, the Rabbi Yehoshua Silverman Zechor Levrach Award, who was the first National Director of Pirchei Agudas Yisrael, and the one that has done everything for Pirchei Agudas Yisrael. I'd like Rabbi Avraham Chaim Weiss, who is not here at the moment, but I understand some of his Talmidim or children are here who have come to take the award. You've come? Oh, come. On behalf Rabbi Litt will be taking the award on behalf of Rabbi Weiss.
Sit down, please. Okay, the next winning raffle number. Please come up if you have the number. We are giving out Rabbi Grandma's other watch that he wears on Tuesdays. We have a tape and a calculator. I'm telling you now, if your number is full, you didn't win because you're standing up. Sit down, please. The winning number is 989. Please come up quickly. Also, I want you to have in mind. There are many people in Klal Yisrael. Anybody 989 yet? Speak another number if we don't have a 989. 989, you have a 989? 1767. Okay, please come up very quickly. There are many people in Klal Yisrael that can use a refuah shlema. There are two Rosh Yeshivas. One of them is my Rebbe, the Yitzhak Fegelstadt, who can use a refuah shlema. Rav Tuvia Goldstein can use a refuah shlema. We're going to say a quick kapitel of Hillel. Can you? What is your name? What? Tevi Meislik. And from where? From Muncie. Good guess. And you? Did you ever win anything in your whole life? Yes? What did you win? A jelly bean? This is almost as good. 1 second. I have a choice. Not yet. I have a choice for you. I have a jelly bean in my pocket, or I could give you a watch. Why are you boys sitting here? Have a watch, a tape, or a calculator. Would you rather get the jelly bean or the watch, the tape, or the calculator? Jelly bean? No, yes, and no. Okay. Come to me later with jelly bean. Okay. Boys, together with me with all your kavanah. Bye-bye.
Yadchu Adonai v'yotzero yisagef l'shem Elohei Yaakov Yishlach etecha mikodesh u'mitzion yisadeko Yizchayim kol min choysecho v'yoyvoscho yidash v'selo Yitei l'cha kilvovecho v'chol atzos v'yimalei V'raneno b'shuasecho u'v'shem Elohim v'gdoil yimalei Adonai kol v'shavoisecho Oyato yodati yeshi Adonai v'shichoi Ya'aneu mishmei chodshoi b'gvoizeh ימינוי וילך ורכב ילם הסוסים ואנחנו בשם אדוני אלוהינו נזכיר איפה כל ונפלנו ואנחנו קמנו וניסוידות אדוני יושיב המלך עלינו ויין קולנו אחינו כל בית ישראל הנצור בצום ובשוויו אוי בני יומין יבוא שבוקר מאחפולים ויצמצם ובוקר ופעילו ושיב לגבולו אשר בעגות מהקורית נאמר אומר
Not only is Rabbi Shidler a Rebbe Yeshiva Sarvadas, a wonderful Rebbe, not only does he give from the best Afyonis around, but he is a wonderful, outstanding storyteller. And we are going to ask Rabbi Shidler to come up front and to tell us one of the...
Not so good to drive when you're sleepy. I wish, said Eliezer, I wish I didn't have to drive now another hour and a half back to Lakewood. It's side-eye closed. And keep my left eye open. And then I'll sleep with my left eye closed. And keep my right eye open. And then maybe I'll try to keep my... this is no good. Yikes! Hey, look out! Are you sleeping or something? Yeah, rather yes. Okay. I better... Traffic. I know what. I'll take a shortcut down this street. I wish I had a passenger. If only I had a passenger, things would be so much better. Let me take a shortcut down the street. There's a garbage can in the middle of the street. Beep! I wish it would move. Wait, it's just a garbage can. Let me back up. Oh, here's a little side alley. I think that if I cut across this alley, I'll be able to get through to the other side. All of a sudden, as Eliezer is driving, he feels the car door open up. Hey! And somebody pushes himself in right next to him. Who are you? And then the other car door opens up. And somebody else pushes himself in right next to him. Allow me to introduce myself. Let me show him. Bruno's the name. Eliezer Ben Shaker. Could you please talk for me? I think I'm in trouble. And mine is Stug. Kishmite, you look that way. Gentlemen, any reason that I have the pleasure of both of you of being in my car like this? Yeah. This is our territory. And this is my car. Can you please leave? Listen, you are officially about to be mugged. We are muggers. Thank you very much. But let me tell you the massive over here. You see, all I have is I only have $4, and I need it to be able to get back to Lakewood. $4 is all you have? No, $3.50. The schnoller came into me by the time I got into the car. Listen, I'd love to help you guys, but I'm not going your way. So could you leave? We ain't going nowhere. Okay, I'll go. I'll leave you the car. You ain't going nowhere either. Where's the money? Which money? The real money. All right, pull out my knife. I have such a hell knife. I got from my baba. Listen, Febra, your bicycle, I think I'm in big trouble. All right. He claims he doesn't have any money. Yes. Why don't we just finish him off right here? Uh-oh. Here, nice. The bicycle, please. Give me a kayak. Give me a kayak. This is the limit. I'm trying to discuss my evolution. That's waiting for me next morning. Oh, please. It ain't gonna help. You don't got a prayer. Either money or we finish you off. Wait. I have an idea. I don't have any money on me, but in my dormitory room in Lakewood, my drawers are full of cash. Yeah, that's right. And my shirts that are hanging in the closet full of gold cufflinks. Are you kidding us? No, I really mean it. I have an idea. Mr. Bruno, Mr. Cobb, why don't you come along with me to Lakewood, and when we get there, you can come up to my room, and then you can steal everything, and then you'll have much more than $4.
I think this is a trick.
I'm not so smart to think of tricks. I'm not as smart as you are. Mr. Cobb, this is not a trick. Hey, what have we got to lose?
All right, but no tricks on the way.
Okay. I'm driving. Yay! Don't worry. Where did you learn how to drive? I never did. Look out! Please. Eliezer sat in the car the whole way on the way to Lakewood. Stickering. They were holding on to his hand. He kept on saying, goodbye, please, I beg of you. Goodbye to the Shidler Hillel. This was the time that I learned you should save me.
Hey, don't try to make any shit when you get to the toll booth.
Don't worry, I never do. They kept going. And finally, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, they made it to Lakewood. It was quiet. And they pulled up in front of the dormitory. Both of them took out their knives. Very nice.
I don't have any. I have a pen. You want a pen? Stop it! Bruno!
Yeah.
You stay here and keep the engine running for the getaway car. I'll go up with this character to the dorm room, and that cat's better be there, or else.
It's there. Don't worry. Don't keep the engine running.
And make sure you don't leave without me.
Of course I won't leave without you. You have the money.
All right, move it.
Please stop sticking that thing into my back. It hurts. Makes look like a little bit of hurts, all right?
Let's go, move.
Okay. Well, hopefully some of the buses would be up. Okay, here's my dorm room. It's upstairs on the roof.
Where's your room?
Okay, this room. I know who's in this room. My friend Shlomi Pike is in this room. He weighs 600 pounds and he's 7 feet tall. This is my room. This is my room over here. Only problem is Shlomi is a very deep sleeper.
All right, open the door.
Okay, let me try to pull the doorknob. The doorknob is locked. It's jammed. I'll wake him up.
Would you? You're waking up the whole dormitory.
Okay.
Now open the door.
I need to go. Maybe you can shoot into the air and this way he'll wake up.
Hey, Simon! Wake up, Simon!
Smiley wakes up. What's going on? What crashes into the mailbox? So one eye open, one eye closed. He's wobbling along from one side to the other. He opens up the door and he sees his friend Eliezer standing there. Who's this next to him? Who's this?
This is my friend. Yeah, we met in a restaurant.
That's right. We met in a restaurant. Roseas Restaurant. That's the name. It's a French restaurant called La Roseas. La Roseas Restaurant. And it's owned by Mr. Garment and Mr. Goslin. They're the ones that own it.
Yeah, Mr. Garment, that's me. Yeah.
And La Roseas. Yeah, and he's the Roseas. I'm the chief Roseas. Yeah, that's me. And all of a sudden, Shlomi got a yell and a roar. Come on! And everyone came running out of the dormitory. They swept him down to the ground. They picked him up. They tied him up. Meanwhile, downstairs, Bruno was waiting. What's taking him so long to come down? It's taking him too long to come down. I'm getting nervous. What if he ran away with the cash? The butler called the police on the dormitory. And all of a sudden, he sees a police car pulling up behind him. Uh-oh.
What exactly are you doing over here?
Me? Me and my friend, we just have some business dealings over here, officer.
3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
What kind of business dealings?
We sell pajamas. Occasionally when we do pajamas in the middle of the night, if we have a business store, one day we pajamas, we come and deliver it. I think I'll leave now.
License and registration.
I don't have license and registration. How has it? The guy I stole the car from.
Hands up!
And all the butler was standing around. What a mess! But by then it was morning, and he came to the Beis Hamedrash. And Eliezer went over to the Rosh Yeshiva, the Mishnayos kind of brother, and he asked him, should I then show you? And the Rosh Yeshiva said to him, why don't you ask the Mashiach, the kind of brother, the Nasi Haka? Eliezer stepped into the Beis Hamedrash, and he found out the other part of the story. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. There were a couple of offering left in the Beis Hamedrash learning. And suddenly, hey, sit up! Mashiach walked in. What's the matter? So he, oh, weak. Why did you come to this dimension in the middle of the night? He said, I had a dream. I feel that there's a talmid of the yeshiva in trouble. I want to say Filem. Nothing want to say, it's just a dream, you know. Ain't calling like Brian Taylor. No! We have to say Filem now! Okay. She said, no. We have to say Filem with a million! Okay. That man knows how to wake you up after sleeping. Leave me alone. I gotta say Filem with a million. Please, leave me alone. I'm trying to say it. Slept a minute together, and they said Filem. Slowly. Tears. When they finished, they said, okay, the Mashiach can go lay down. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. No, the Mashiach said. We have to say Filem again. The sakona is still there. Started saying Filem again. Until it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, they were managed in the middle of the kapitel. The Mashiach said, okay, enough. I feel the sakona is over. So the Bachman decided, you might as well say it's almost morning. Then Eliezer came in and he told them the whole story. And they realized that when the Mashiach walked in, that was when Bruno and Thor got into the car. And exactly when they threw him down to the floor, that is when the Mashiach says, we don't have to say Filem anymore. You just saw this beautiful video from the Lord. And we're all here together. Every single Yiddish kid over here is a letter in the Sefer Torah. And what makes the Sefer Torah kosher is that every letter is there. If a tip of a Yud is missing, the whole letter, the whole big Sefer Torah is useless. It's possible. When we learn Torah and Shema together, and we group together, and we have Derech for our rebellion, and we feel like one unit, and all the Malachim and Shemayim connect this big, beautiful Sefer Torah. And if a tzaddik already feels that one letter is in the sakona being scratched out, only we can come together and cry and daven and be misfollowed for our Kadosh Baruch Hu to make that Torah complete.
Next raffle number. I hope you're sitting quietly. Before we have the last raffle, I wanted to once again thank the people that came from out of town, from Lakewood, Muncie, Passaic, Phoenix, and also we want to thank the parents for bringing the boys, and all the branch leaders who came. The Passaic and Tarvadas Pirchei boys who set it up, and a special thank you to Rabbi Peretz Levin and to Rabbi Shimon Graham for working so hard all year round. Anybody who would like to daven mincha, we're going to daven in the back. We're going to daven in the back. We're going to be davening mincha.
What time are we meeting?
We'd like to thank you all for coming. And Yirtzeh Hashem, next year we hope to be twice as many boys. Don't leave until we call your area. Wait for your area to be called so you'll know exactly in which direction to go. 2 last raffles. Number. This one's for $25, Rabbi Grammer. Don't leave. 2500. And for prizes, 2500 was our first one. Please, so does anybody have 2500? Raise your hand. Let's try another raffle number. I don't see 2500. Our next raffle number is 2600. That's for $25. 2600. Does anybody have 2600? Yeah, is there a boy that has it? Does anybody have 2600? Try it again. Does anybody have 1900? One last number. Oh, here he comes. 1 second, he's on his way up. Could you walk a little? 8. There's some of you have to sit. 888. Anybody have 888? Come in.
I know.
Good.
Mark.
Which yeshiva?
Taras Lamas.
Do you really learn a lot?
I don't know.
You know who used to learn in Taras Lamas? I used to learn in Taras Lamas. Rabbi Silvers was the Rebbe in Taras Lamas when I was there, but I used to learn there too. What grade are you in?
7.
How much Mishnayos did you learn? He learned so many he couldn't count. About how many? Please don't get out. Boys from Passaic. All the boys from Florida. Yeah, today all the boys from Florida. All the boys from Detroit.
Well, last time, how you doing?
Last time we got on the same.
Last year was more intense.
Where are you going?
Okay, Muncie boys!
Everybody, let's go from here. No, go from here. Everybody go. Yes, everybody go. Go in, let's go. Gotta be careful, guys.
No, come on. Don't let you guys wait. We're doing you a favor. Thank you for videotaping. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Everybody say we're in it for shot.
She's Danish. Really, I never used to watch this stuff.
Danish are still warm and they're totally fresh. It's incredible.
She's Danish.
Can I buy some? Can I buy some from anybody?
No.
So, what do you think about Art Bukowski?
You're on camera.
You see Mishnayos last night. So we brought in 22 boys from Denver. They learned between 600 and 1,000 Mishnayos in their testimony. Between 9 years old and Bar Mitzvah.
So what a special book. A few words of chizuk.
Between 9 and Bar Mitzvah.
And walk in the street, what do you think about? You think about learning or something else? What do you think about young boys here? Young boys here. Really, about this boys here. Why do you think when you walk in the street?
What do you think about when you walk in the street? Learning? What are you?
No one else. He drives a ship all the time. He's not with them. I'm still not all of you continue learning with
Move!
He's small, there's only one island.
Wait, switch house right here? It used to be.
Yeah, my mother worked in the Empire State Building for like 10 years.
Where's the Empire? I see it behind the...
Do my shirt.
Hi. Hi. Where are you sitting?
Up there.
Check 1, 2. Yeah, check 1, 2, 3, 4, that's good. One.
flight test prep.
Jersey, row 26. You push Mendy Shiner out of the airport. This is the rule, and this is the rules and restriction found in your American Way magazine on 0 pages. It is a rule that anyone sitting behind a phone wearing green bands and carrying a Coca-Cola and chips must be pushed out of the plane into the engine. This is not a drill. What? Okay, let's practice. Okay, Jeremy? Jeremy, practice now. Let's get busy. Yeah! Jeremy?
The third announcement is the fourth announcement. Shlomo Lamed, Dr. Shlomo Lamed really worked hard and getting a lot of money towards his trip. Every person should, including his two children, should write something, write a thank you note or something to him, and I will present to him as a package, right? So by tomorrow, I'd like that every single person in the school should give me a letter that they wrote to him, thanking him for his involvement in getting this trip, because it was a very good trip, and we have to be very thankful to him. Okay? Now let's go to the baggage claim. Write it.
Baggage claim management.
Jeremy, the nail socks!
No. I mean, you don't know.
Can you quit it?
I know you don't want publicity, but what did you think of the trip as well? What did you think of the trip? Just to clarify any point that may be misunderstood at later dates from watching this video. The reason everybody does not want to see their faces is because they were tormented on.
Please be clear and hold on for departure on course B.
Hey, you got the wrong one. This one's going backwards. No other airport has this. All of the airports stink.
Some airlines have.
Please.
That's pretty back there.
No, that is not true.
What?
I don't think that is a true. That is to show the guy when to stop. See, it's red lights.